our final defense. I am LJ Tutuani
And I am Gian Sigiching
from BEd 2A.
There are no written records as to how Compostela got its name. Folklore tells that the area was a temporary Spanish settlement, a Campo de Castilla, literally field of Spaniards, populated by Spaniards from what is now Davao Oriental. Another legend holds that a Spanish friar from the eastern coast of Mindanao came to the place, bringing with him a statue of Saint James the Apostle, patron of his native Santiago de Compostela in Spain.
Compostela is one of the several towns sitting on the vast plain of Davao de Oro. Its development started World War II, when the area was still a forest and the only inhabitants were indigenous Mandayas who chose to settle along the Agusan River. Before the outbreak of the World War II, the area in what is now the province which the town of Compostela currently belongs was one of the Bureau of Non-Christian Tribes for Mindanao. However, the Bureau was abolished right after the war. The valley was then formed into Compostela-Moncayo districts and subdivided into three small districts, Moncayo, Compostela, and Camansa. Compostela was governed by Mr. Bonifacio Garcia as the district mayor appointed by the governor of Davao, which during the time was still one province with the capital of Davao City.
Compostela proper, then the popular name of Compostela, was accessible via Agusan River with embarkation at kilometer 106, now Barangay Banquirojon Sur of Montevista. Settlers from Luzon and the Visayas started to settle in Compostela, lured by a promise of vast agricultural lands so fertile and rich if you are determined and able-bodied. That was in 1939, and some of those who came to settle in Compostela to tame the wilderness area, the Garcias of Talibon, Bohol, the Galinzogas of Baybay, Leyte, the Maquilans of Mandaue, Cebu, the Riganyas of Samar, the Estradas of Luzon, and the Bayubays of Ilocos. These pioneers lived in harmony with the native Mandayas. Among them were the Blancos, the Manzanares, the Broses, the Adaos, and the Fabians. Third generation of both these pioneers and natives are still in Compostela today. When World War II in the country broke out in 1942, most of the people evacuated to hinterlands of the valley, leaving their farms behind.
After the war in 1945, the people came back to their farms, which now became a virtual forest. Those who came back again tilled that soil and settled permanently in the place. Also during this time, Governor Antonio Lanzar appointed Mr. Formoso Pienza as a municipal district mayor of Compostela. On August 1, 1948, an executive order number 156 was signed by then President Elpidio Quirino, organizing into four regular municipalities under the name of Compostela, New Leyte, Governor Generoso, and Trinidad, and the municipal districts of Compostela, Moncayo, Saug, Camansa, Surup, Sigaboy, Batulake, and Caboran, all in the province of Davao, was soon made defunct and were either made or joined into regular municipalities.
Population. In the 2015 census, the population of Compostela was 87,474 people, with a density of 300 inhabitants per square kilometer or 780 inhabitants per square mile. The first record of municipality's population enumerated in census was in 1939 with a total population of 2,716. Apparently, the biggest increase in population of the municipality was in 1990 with a registered population of 53,546. There was an increase of 23,008 or 75.34% from the 1980s population. Urban-rural distribution density. Poblacion, the most inhabited barangay, has a population density of 52.0 persons per hectare. Antamya, on the other hand, is the least densely populated barangay with zero. The 70th province of the country was carved out of Davao del Norte, province by virtue of Republic Act number 8470, signed by President Fidel V. Ramos on January 30, 1998. On March 7 of the same year, the law was ratified through a plebiscite conducted in the 22 municipalities of the mother.
The origin of the province's inhabitants came from the ethnic tribe of Mansangka, Mandaya, Manobo, Mangguangan, Libabawan, Aita, Hamayo, Dabawenyo, and Calacan. Similar to the history of other Mindanao province, majority of the present inhabitants of the province are descendants of migrants from Luzon and Visayas Islands during the pre-war and the post-war eras. The bigger wave of immigrants came from during the time of President Ramon Magsaysay, wherein the policy of attraction adopted by the national government was to offer parcels of land and to tenant farmers, although a virtual melting pot. The Visayans, mostly Cebuano speaking, are the dominant group in Compostela Valley.
And that is our findings for the history of Davao de Oro. Thank you.